Today I'm going to show you how to clean your guitar for maintenance. Your fretboard gets very dirty with oil, grease from your fingers, grime collects on it. You're sliding your fingers down the strings. You see on your fingertips sometimes they can turn black or silver from the strings. And not everybody washes their hands before they play guitar. What I use is Diodario spray cleaner. I put it on a soft cloth. It can be an old t-shirt, microfiber. And I go all the way down the fretboard. You can also use a soft new toothbrush or a fingernail brush to get the bars clean here. That works really well too. After I use a detailer, what this does is it buffs out minor scratches and brings the shine back to your guitar. It's good for all guitars. I use it on a microfiber cloth, and you put it on in circular motions. And you let it become a haze. Not dry, just let it haze over. You want to do the sides and the back. And then after, you take a clean cloth, see it's got a haze there, and you buff it out. You see that haze? And you just buff it out with a clean cloth. And then on the guitar part, you can use guitar wax. Do not use car polishing wax, Endust, furniture polish, or Vaseline, or candle wax. Use a liquid wax that's made for guitars, for all woods. And then you would go over that to protect it. Yes, all guitars have a nice finish to it. You want to keep it that way. If you live in a hot, dry climate or a very cold climate, it will affect your guitar. It can penetrate through the coating that's on the guitar. On the nut of the guitar, which is where the strings slide through, you see those slots? You can add some graphite powder and brush it in. What this does, it makes the guitar string slide very nicely through. But it's good to keep a lead pencil around when you're on the road playing or traveling, or if you don't want to get the graphite powder, you don't have to use it. I just feel that the graphite powder is easier for me to get it in the grooves. Then the strings can slide through. And I put paper underneath when I do that because I will save this graphite powder. A lead pencil works fine. You don't have to get crazy buying all these solutions or graphite powder. I also use the brush to clean where you put your strings in. It's very dusty here. You see that? There's a little bit of dust. Use a soft new toothbrush or a fingernail brush to keep them clean. And if you want to really get detailed, you can put a pipe cleaner in the holes where the strings go to get out any particles that shred from your guitar strings. Now these I use phosphorus bronze, and I use Diodario's. This is for my 12-string guitar, and I also use this brand for my 6-string guitar. And when strings are played and stretched, they can shred. Now, if you have a device like this on the guitar for volume control, you can just use a brush. You can even use a vacuum with the soft brush on the tip of the vacuum to brush it out. I wouldn't use canned air because canned air has a tendency to gum up things inside. And I found that out the hard way, not on a guitar, but on your computers. The same goes for where you would plug in your guitar amp line. You could just use a clean Q-tip. And as for this plug, you can either use a vacuum with a brush attachment to it, or just a brush, or a Q-tip. You do want to clean the back of your guitar, the sides of your guitar, and you want to try to keep your guitar in a climate controlled area, because extreme dampness can cause warping of the guitar, and that's happened to my Giannini. Extreme cold can make lacquer cracks. This is wood, it's a delicate piece. And you always want to clean underneath, everywhere in your guitar. Make things run smoother. So thank you for watching. Keep your guitar in a climate controlled area. If you get a lot of dust in there, you can also use the vacuum attachment hose with the brush attached. Usually I just take a cloth and I just clean it. Now this thing here is a truss rod, and what you use that for is so you can make the neck of the guitar, if it's bowed, like if it's up like that, that could affect the strings. So it looks pretty good to me. Another problem with strings is if they sound tinny or twangy, it could be the truss rod, or it could be that you need new strings. So always start with new strings. You need a special instrument to adjust this truss rod, left or right, only a quarter turn at a time. And what that rod does, it brings up the guitar neck or it lowers it. So if yours is curved, then you need to adjust that. But in the beginning of learning guitar, don't touch it. Take it to a luthier and they'll do it for you. Not all guitars have this exposed. Sometimes there's a nut up here where you can adjust the truss rod, or sometimes on the back there's a little nut or screw where you can adjust it that way, but not on this guitar. So thank you for watching.